Good evening and good morning also for people in different time zones. We'll start the session. Can I request everyone to please turn on their cameras? Keep your mics on mute and the camera should be on. Can I request Piyush Singh, Teresa to please turn on your cameras? Hello, hi. Rachel, can we have your camera on, please? You're unmute, but you have to switch on the camera as well. Hello, everyone. So we're starting on with this session. Thank you so much for joining in for people in different time zones. Good morning, people in Indian time zones. Good evening. We're sitting in late evenings right now. Welcome, everyone, to the Masterclass session by Amrita Mitroo. It's absolutely great to have each of you join us. It also shows the belief that you've put into the masterclass. So thank you so much. It means a lot to all of us, to the entire team, and of course, to Amrita herself. I am Sonali. I'll be just introducing the masterclass, just a little bit about Amrita. Uh, if you guys have been already following, then you'll know that she's an author who's published her book on Amazon a couple of months back, and she's already been a 5-star rated author now. And we very recently started with her masterclass, and in a very few sessions, we're glad to share that it has been an absolutely beautiful response from everyone. It has been appreciated about the topics, and we are also very thankful for each of you to share your feedback so that we can improvise on it every time when you join. Today's session is very, very special. It's very special because Amrita is going to talk about meditation. Though we've been doing meditation in all her classes, she's been doing that. But why is this different? Because it's not going to be only a couple of minutes, and she's going to talk more and more about how deep it can be and how changing. We all know about meditation, we know the concept of meditation. But what is it really? What does it do to you? Is it only for the present? Is it only for the soul? Is it only for those 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Or does it have a prolonged, can it have a prolonged effect on your life? So all of that and more on this particular session. Again, thank you for joining in. Can I now invite Amrita to please join the video so that we can start the session for today? Hi, Amrita. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, conscious creators. It's a beautiful Saturday. It's a sacred Saturday meditation. And it's a blessing to have all of you here. So thank you so much for joining in. And it means the world to us, as Sonali also said. So I want to personally thank Piyush Singh, Trinity, of course, Rachel Martin, and all the others who are going to be joining in now in some time. So let's start with this. But before we start this Sacred Saturday meditation, I just want to show you my book. I am a conscious creator. Dream your biggest dream. Believe in it wholeheartedly. Take consistent aligned actions and receive it with an open heart. Now, my book is available on Amazon worldwide. And so once you read my book and you imbibe the practices, you break the shackles and you fly away. So you can get a copy of my book. It's got a 5-star rating on Amazon.com within 2 months. It's got a 4.5-star rating on Amazon.in within 2 months. And I feel blessed, of course. And so I just thought I'll start with that. And also let me start with a short presentation first. So this is my book, which is available on Amazon.com, Amazon worldwide. And so when I was thinking of writing my book, I felt that, we've all been creators all our life, but then we've been creating based on our default system, our doubts, our self-limiting beliefs, a very conditioned mindset. So when you read this book, you become a conscious creator and you consciously live your life. And we've often heard the term asking and then believing and then receiving it. So I believe in like dream your biggest dream, believe in it wholeheartedly, take consistent aligned actions, which a lot of people forget about, and then receive it with an open heart. So there's a beautiful quote by Buddha. Every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters the most. So every day is a clean slate, it's a brand new day, and how you shape up today will shape up your tomorrow or your future. Another quote by Buddha: meditation brings wisdom, lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. So this is another one of my very favorite quotes of Buddha, and I want to share it with all of you. Practice mindfulness in your life to live abundantly without missing out on anything. So every morning when I pray, I say abundance of health, wealth, relationships, everything to all of you all over the world, because I want this world to be a place where there is only love and there is a conscious, collective consciousness, and we're like not scared or we are not fearful of anything in life. So being mindful in every moment. So this is what meditation does. Well, I started my journey of meditation 4 years back, and it's been a beautiful journey. Every morning I wake up with doing my gratitude meditation, with my other meditation and affirmation. So meditation is something which is very important because a lot of time people looking outside. And what matters the most is the inward journey, the meditation. Because when you meditate, you come closer and closer to your inner self. There's another quote by Buddha: if you're quiet enough, you will hear the flow of the universe, you will feel its rhythm. Go with this flow, happiness lies ahead, meditation is the key. It's another Buddha. So meditation basically gets you in the present moment and it connects you with your present moment. A lot of time people are overlooking the present moment. And what matters the most is the present moment, because in the now you go in the past and reflect on your past lessons. In the now you go in the future and you plan your future. So if your now is not taken care of, then what is the point of the future also? I am, you come in the being of the I am, and thankfulness, gratefulness in every moment, and make gratitude your attitude, because these two words are very powerful. And so when you say thank you for everything, thank you for even the challenges, because if those challenges hadn't come in your life, you wouldn't be the person you are today. So thank you in every moment. And so again, once again, thank you so much for connecting, and it's a pleasure to know all of you. So we're going to be starting with a meditation, and I want you to bring your palms on your lap, close your eyes, come in oneness with yourself and your environment. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all the self limiting beliefs. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that is which is holding you back. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that is holding you back. Now, I'm going to be repeating certain words. I'm going to be saying certain words, which you're going to be inhaling, and then you're going to exhale with the next word. So, inhale, I am a conscious creator. Exhale, I consciously think in every moment of my life. Deeply inhale, I am a fearless soul. Exhale, I am a limitless being. Deeply inhale, I am divine love. Exhale, I am a beloved child of God and universe. Deeply inhale, I am a conscious creator. Exhale, I consciously think of everything in every moment. Deeply inhale, I am a fearless soul. Exhale, I am a limitless being. Inhale, I am divine love. Exhale, I am a beloved child of God and universe. Now, believe in every word I've said. We're going to be doing certain mantras right now. So bring your palm, your fingers in Gyan Mudra, which is heightened consciousness. And repeat the word with me when I start. Om. Ham Satnam Aham Prema Om Ham Satnam Aham Prema Om Ham Satnam Aham Prema Om Ham Satnam Aham Prema. Come in this moment right now. Embrace silence. Start moving your fingers. Start moving every part of your body. And when you're in oneness with yourself and your environment, you can open your eyes. So, what does it mean? Om means universal language, sacred mantra. Hum, come in the present moment. Satnam, the true identity, the true vibration, the finding of your true self. Aham Prema, I am divine love. So what we said, Om, Hum, Satnam, Aham Prema. We all are the beloved child of God and universe. And we started this meditation with realizing and knowing that we are conscious creators and we consciously think in every second. And we are fearless souls. There are no fears. We are a limitless being. We cannot be limited by anything, not by society, not by our fears, not by anything. And we are the divine love, and we are a beloved child of God in universe. These are very powerful mantras. And when you do this first thing in the morning, you realize that the God and universe always supports you and has your back. And the divine presence is always there in your life. You just have to be having the knowing that the divine presence is there in every aspect of your life. And we all have come from the same divine oneness. I'm going to be playing a video right now where you can practice what I'm going to be showing you. And you can close your eyes, bring your palms on your lap, and see that in your mind's eye. Because I want you to realize that we all have come from that infinity source. And we go beyond our body. We are not a mind. We are not our body. We are an immortal being who goes beyond this time and space. So we cannot get confined by anything. So just give me a few seconds. I'm going to be putting on a video and just ponder over whatever I've spoken about right now and know that the divine presence is there with you. So what I would like you to do is take your palms on the lap, close your eyes, and say these words in your mind. We all have come from the same divine oneness. Come in the now. So once you're in oneness with your self and your environment, you can open your eyes. These are very powerful words of the mantra. And we have to realize that we all are connected. I'm a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of me. We're not separate, and we are love. I didn't understand all this 10 years back, but 4 years back, when I understood, my life changed forever. If somebody would have known me 10 years back, and the same person knows me today, they would say I'm not the same person. And the day you decide to change your life changes. The problem is, people are always looking outside. They're asking questions outside. The questions are not outside, they're inside each one of you. All that you want is inside you. Your happiness starts the day you decide to be happy. But we say, if we get a promotion, we get this deal, or we get this, we'll be happy. That is not the way you live your life. And you have to let go. Because if you don't let go, you're tied with the shackles of the society or what people have imposed on you. And that is not you. I was introduced to meditation 10 years back by my dad. But a conditioned mindset cannot think to meditate. Cannot. Because a conditioned mindset would think like a conditioned mindset where there's only scarcity and they're too hard on themselves. But when I started my journey of inner transformation, I realized that I had to surrender. Without surrender, nothing happens. And you surrender by going within, by connecting with your inner child. So now we're going to do a meditation on connecting with our inner child. So I'll request all of you to not think of too many things right now. Come in the now and let's do this together. And the reason my class is absolutely free is because I'm paying it forward. What I learned from my mentors for 4 years, it's my time to pass it on to the world. It's my time to give it to them. So I'll request you all to come in the now, leave aside everything, and remember to always have an attitude of a learner. Because if you have to evolve and grow in life, you have to learn. And don't look at my face because I'm just a medium of God in universe. So you don't have to think that, oh, why do we need to learn from Amrita? Who is she? There are not thousands of people on the Zoom call. Why should we learn from her? We want to go where there are thousands of people because that's what we've done all our life. It's not about that. If I had thought like that 4 years back, I wouldn't be today where I am. I learned from every person who came into my life because I had a willingness to change my life. And that willingness of changing was much stronger than who was in the other side. I didn't look at who the other person was. I didn't look at the face. I didn't look at whether she's got millions of followers or not. I just want to learn and I want to implement. So let's do the inner child meditation. Let's bring our palms on our lap, close eyes. Come in oneness with yourself, your environment. Embrace silence. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that what is pulling you down. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all the self limiting beliefs, all that is holding you back. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that is holding you back. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to see that park, that place where you used to play as a kid when you were 5 years old. Just see that clearly in your mind's eye. You used to love going there and playing in that park or that garden. You knew at that time that you could have anything you wanted. You could be anybody. You were a courageous soul, a fearless soul. But as time went by, you went away and away from your inner self, that inner child. And that inner child is sitting there and she's crying because you went away from her. You kept on looking at the outside results. You went away and away and away from her. And she's crying because she's not the same child anymore. She's very depressed, very upset. She doesn't know what to do because you were not meant to go away from her. You were always meant to be connected with her. And I want you to walk towards that inner child, what you were 5 years old. You, when you were 5 years old. And I want you to walk towards her, your adult version, walking towards her. And you go and stand next to yourself when you're 5 years old. And you tell her, I'm sorry that I went away from you. The society took me away from you. Feel all that you're feeling right now by saying sorry to yourself, to that little child who you were 5 years old. Say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for going away. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do it. Please forgive me. Feel all that you're feeling right now. You're apologizing to yourself, to that little kid, your inner self, your inner child. And now imagine hugging yourself when you're 5 years old in your mind's eye. Hug yourself. Hug that little kid. Feel everything you're feeling right now because you're connecting with your inner child. And now say thank you. Thank you for accepting me back. Feel everything what you're feeling right now. Your inner child has accepted you back. Even though you went away from that inner child of yours for so many years you went away. Just went away from your inner child. Now say, I love you. And I know that I have to be connected with you. And I have to stop looking at the outside and feel all that you're feeling right now. That joy, that happiness, that you're finally back home. You finally connected back with your inner child. Feel everything you're feeling right now. That inner smile on your face. And that, yes, you are back home. Because the only journey you have to take in life is the inward journey, the connect with your inner self, your inner child. Now rub your palms. Feel the joy, the happiness, the bliss, and that you've connected back with your inner child. Put your palms on your eyes. Awaken your senses. Feel the coming back and connecting back with your inner child. Put your palms on your ears. Open your senses. Feel the joy, the happiness, all that you're feeling right now. Your inner child is very happy that you've come back to your inner child. Put your palms at the back of your neck. Feel the joy, the happiness, the bliss, all that you're feeling right now. And yes, you are connected with your inner child, and you will never go away. Bring your palms together, Namaste. Bow down. Thank your inner child for accepting you back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, how did you feel connecting with your inner child? You can't go away from your inner child, from your inner self, because all the peace, happiness, joy you're looking outside is inside of you. All that you're looking, everything, anything you're looking for, the doors open inward. So, do write in the chat what do you feel. What was your experience to connect with your inner child? Do mention in the chat. I want to understand that what you felt. Beautiful Trinity. I feel at peace. My inner child and I have become one. She is now safe and has been able to heal from her traumas here. I continue to feel the blessing from total forgiveness. Rachel, swinging my little girl in circles at the park. Beautiful. You need to connect with your inner child every day. It cannot be one of the cases. And I want to build a community of conscious creators. So everything has a gestation period and a harvest period. And I want us to continue in our journey of conscious creators. And all my classes are going to be free, all of them, because my focus is not to be commercial. My focus is that I want a world full of love, no fear, no hatred, no comparisons, no jealousy, no envious. And it takes one person at a time. But then I've got 3 people right now. Tomorrow there'll be 10, 20, 30, and that's how the community is made. The problem is people are only looking at what people have got right now. It's taken them all so many years to come where they are. It's putting one brick at a time. So we're going to be doing a meditation. Before that, I want to say that remember that there are 2 words which are very powerful. Until you don't acknowledge them and you don't realize it, your wishes will always be a want. They will never come true because we have to realize that these are magical words. So you have to promise me that from now onwards, everything you're going to say thank you to. Everything. Be it your challenges, be it your setbacks, be it the blockages, anything. Just promise me that you will say thank you in every second of your life. And I promise you that you will live the life of your dreams. Because for 4 years, I've been saying thank you to everything. Because your challenges are your opportunities to become better and better. We all have challenges. I, of course, want hundreds of people to be here right now. But I know my journey is just started online. And I've got 3 people, and I feel blessed that there are 3 people to start this online journey. So I want you to be thankful in every moment. And every time you get a challenge, just look at it and smile. Because when you smile, the universe is watching you 24/7. And the universe will stop giving you challenges. Because the universe is going to say that every time I send a challenge to this person, he or she is just smiling. He's just smiling. Smile. Because smile costs nothing, but it changes your life forever. Smile every second of your life and let your biggest challenges become your biggest opportunities in life. And remember, everybody's got problems, but your attitude will make a world of a difference. So, is your attitude of a victim or a creator or a conscious creator? And now that you're a part of my community, I claim that you are a conscious creator, each one of you. And there are no accidents in life. There are no accidents. And Trinity, you've come for the second session of mine. The universe only sends you what is meant for you. Rachel, we've had Instagram live session. There are no accidents. So let's do a gratitude meditation. Bring your palms on your lap. Close your eyes. And Piyush, I'll really appreciate if you be in the now and be a part of the meditation. So let's close our eyes. Embrace silence. Come in oneness with yourself and your environment. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that which is not serving you in your life for your highest good. Deeply inhale all the goodness, all the positivity, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, everything which is stopping you from being successful. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that what is holding you back. Now, I want you to reflect back on your life and think of one thing you're grateful for in your life. And as you think of this thing, I want you to see everything specifically, everything that's specific in your mind's eye. And I want you to stretch both your arms, bring it to your heart, feel the gratefulness, and say thank you. Now, I want you to think of the second moment in your life. It could be love, it could be work wise, it could be anything. Think of that moment. Feel all that you are feeling in that moment. Stretch your arms, both your arms, bring it to your heart, and say thank you to that moment. And say as if you mean it, and say thank you for this moment. Now think of the third thing you could think of from your past that you are very grateful for. See everything very specifically. See, feel, hear everything what happened that moment. Stretch both your arms Bring it to your heart and say thank you. Now thank God and universe for all that which is not now but is coming into your life. Stretch both your arms, bring it to your heart, and say thank you. You have a grateful heart now, and you've acknowledged every blessing which has come in your life. And once you're in oneness with yourself and your environment, you can open your eyes. So we've done a gratitude meditation. 2020 was a very tough year. Pandemic happened. None of us thought that pandemic would happen. We'd planned the entire year. We had so many things to do in life in 2020. So much had to happen. But when you disrespect Mother Nature, then nature goes against you. We can never disrespect Mother Nature. And a lot of people were asking that we want time in life. God, please give us time. Look back, reflect. How many times we all ask for time, time, time. Your wishes were heard. God gave you the time. He said, take all the time in the world now. I want you to see what you do. Now that you've been asking for it for a long time, I want to see what you do. Do you listen to all the negativity? Do you listen to everybody who's talking about pandemic and become a victim? Or do you keep on living the life based on a default mode, which you've always lived, like a creator, creating based on a conditioned mindset, fears, doubts, self-limiting beliefs, being too hard on yourself? Because that's what a creator thinks all the time. The creator is creating, running the rat race. Everybody runs, so that person must run. Why should that person stay back? Just run, run, run. Or you become a conscious creator, where you consciously live every second of your life. Because you're the one who's thinking their thoughts. Nobody's imposing their thoughts on you. It's all you're doing, be it positive or negative. And what you give out comes back. As you sow, so shall you reap. "2021 is here. It's still a pandemic year. But I want you to think that what kind of an ideal life you want, where you have no self-limiting beliefs, where you have abundance of money in your bank account, where nothing limits you, nothing. And I want you to think about this right now. We're going to be doing a meditation on abundance. And I'm going to be playing a video right now where you'll get your time to be specific. And remember, when you're doing this meditation, you have to be specific with the universe. Because if you're not specific with the universe and you just say, I want money, you can even get $1 because that is also money. If you want the love of your life, you may even get the love of your life, but that person may not fit your criteria. Could be age-wise, could be married, unmarried. And I made this exercise. I made one of my friends do this exercise and a few of my clients. And I said, you're not being specific. You go to a juice shop and you say, I want a glass of juice. You want to have orange juice, but that person gets you a pomegranate juice. And you tell the waiter, I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. And the waiter will say, did you specify? Did you tell me what juice you want to have? How can I give you what you want when you're not being specific? And a lot of time people forget to being specific. So what you're going to see in your mindset, which I'm going to play the video, I want you to see everything specific. And I want you to think of the actions you will take, because it's the action, when it's taken aligned and consistent, is when you get your dream life. So think about this. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Be specific. You will get enough time to visualize in your mind's eye, because what you can see in your mind's eye, you can see in reality. So see everything with specific and see everything what you're going to do, action you're going to take, all of that. So take 5 minutes. I'm going to be playing a video. So just give me 5 minutes. I hope you've written down what you want in 2021 and all be very specific. What actions will you take? Be very specific. And Piyush, you haven't mentioned anything on the chat. I haven't really connected with you. Do mention how's the Sacred Saturday meditation going on? What is the experience? What do you feel? Do mention that. So let's start with the abundance meditation. Thank you so much, Piyush. And I look forward to seeing you in my future sessions also. And I look forward to seeing all of you because my vibe is my tribe. So let's build a community of conscious creators and not just creators. So let's start with this abundance meditation. I want you to bring your palms on your lap and I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Come in oneness with yourself and your environment. The only thing you're going to hear now is this video I'm going to play for you in terms of your abundance, which is coming to you in 2021. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all the self limiting beliefs, all that what is holding you back. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all your limiting beliefs. Deeply inhale all the positivity, all the goodness, all the abundance in your life, and all the abundance coming in your life. Exhale all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that what is stopping you in your life. Exhale all of that. Now, I want you to imagine in your mind's eye a life, your ideal life in 2021, where you have no self limiting beliefs, where you have abundance of money in your bank account, where you have a grateful heart. So let's begin. So now I want you to
I just finished a keynote and I was rushing back in my car and it was raining out there. And I just realized how much I love it. And I was struck by this idea that you too deserve a life like this.
Sorry.
You are some
I'm so sorry. Just give me 1 second, please. Yeah, sorry. Okay. I don't know how that happened. So I want you to now, of course, come in oneness and come out of this. So sorry about that. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Right. So I wanted to first of all get Rachel and Rachel, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Namaste. How are you, Rachel? Been a long time. How have you been?
Very busy. A lot of distractions, but you know, it's good to get grounded and get back to yourself.
Right. So it's so wonderful and such a blessing to have you here. And we have a special connect, from the day I've known you. And so what did you think about the entire session? Because we're almost at the end of the session now. So what do you think about it?
I first want to apologize because I had trouble getting into Zoom, so I was late. So I didn't mean to come in late. But no, I really love the getting in touch with the child. And I think that a lot of us we know who we were as a child, but we're constantly whiplashing or beating that child down instead of knowing that that's really who we are. Because that child really did have the confidence, all the confidence in the world to begin with, to do and know what we wanted to do. And we would espouse things that adults would laugh at, like, I want to be this when I grow up, or I want to be that when I grow up. And maybe we didn't have enough life experience to fully know, but we did have big dreams, and we had nobody, well, most of us had no one telling us that those things weren't possible, or we believed that they were within ourselves. So, I mean, it's mine was a creative child, and I've been getting back to her, but it took 30 something years of doing other work that was not gratifying before I got back to her. So I totally relate to that inner child experience. And I hope everyone really did embrace their inner child and talk to that person that they were, because it's really, I believe, who you are at the core. So I think that was probably my favorite part today, just because I've heard people say that before, connect with your inner child, but I've never had an exercise to do it. I really understood what it meant to do it. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
And Rachel, I want you to show your book also.
Oh.
Rachel is published her book on Amazon worldwide. So get a copy of her book. So
it doesn't
Rachel,
come complete with all the stickies on the side. That was my final edits.
Yes. So
But
tell a
it's
little bit
called,
about your book, please.
it is called Anonymity. And he is a genius brain surgeon, but also a serial killer who only goes after bad people. And he's got an interesting fetish, because every protagonist needs a weakness, and that's his. But I won't give too much away. And it is the first in a series. And, you know, it launched pretty well. I did pretty well for a first-time author in my first month, but then sales just started to die down. And I realized that I just wasn't following a good protocol to get it out in front of people. So I hired a marketing person, and she's put me on the right path. And that's something that I'm working on, as well as writing the second book that goes with it. So that's currently what's going on in my world.
So would you like to read a little bit of a synopsis for
Sure.
the people,
And if you're not a
participants to know?
thriller, if you're not into thrillers, you may not appreciate this.
It's okay.
But
Fine.
this is the beginning, or well, on the back of the book. Drop off the newborn of an unknown teen and incarcerated father at the doorsteps of a slaughterhouse, where he is adopted into a life of hard labor, albeit gruesome. And what do you get? In this case, a superhuman sensory perceptive with a different kind of drive, and one who's afflicted with a fetish he must keep to himself. To live as he sees fit one day, this genius must put the past behind him. Until now, expert brain surgeon Abel Rhodes has been shackled by society's expectations. After all, functioning psychopath doesn't fit neatly into the cover life he's created, or into one his wife, adopted child, or colleagues would understand. For the first time, he wakes with a feeling. Remember, he's a psychopath, so they don't feel. Abel's sanctuary, a brilliant hideaway built with his own two hands, serves as the backdrop to quench his craving for justice by execution. Glorious, yes, but even this isn't enough. His growing angst toward a rotting society of the internet's entitled, while savvy societies watch and wait to devour our ignorance, must be rectified. Of course, Abel requires absolute anonymity in his quest. What he's really in need of is a captain, his captive, to be the face of said movement. Once he finds one who is all he could have hoped for, and then some, can Abel successfully accomplish his mission and indulge in his carnal fetishes, or will she destroy his world? So that's the back of the book.
Great, Rachel, and I wish you all the best in that.
Thank you.
And stay connected. And I'm going to be sending you my next session also. And let's build this community of conscious creators and not just creators. So thank you so much. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now let's get the other person. Let's get in Trinity. They always say ladies first, so Piyush, you'll have to give Trinity the chance. So yeah, and I'm sure you would want me to do that. I'm very sure on that. Namaste, Trinity. How are you?
Namaste. I'm great. How are you?
So this is your second session with me.
Yes, it would have been my third, but I couldn't get into the Zoom meeting the first time.
No worries. We are now going to build a community of conscious creators. And I know that you're a conscious creator. And so tell me what your experience has been about the Sacred Saturday meditation session.
With this one, what stood out to me is I've been struggling because I started this process 3 months ago for me. I quit my job and I told him if I wanted to be treated, basically, if I wanted to be treated that way, I would have just stayed married. And I didn't let him treat me that way, and I'm not letting you treat me that way. So for the third time in my life, I've literally had to leave something that I adored for self-preservation. And I'm like, there's got to be something in here that I'm saving myself for or from. And I've been doing this my entire life. And what for? So the workshop of like revisiting, going back after my inner child, and the healing and the forgiveness has been just like, I've literally locked myself in my house and just focused on forget COVID. Like this is just, I'm under construction, and I've changed everything about myself, from beliefs to eating habits to material that I'm putting in. It's complete absorption of intention. If it's not intended to be in there, it doesn't even cross my mind or my palate at this point. And so what I got out of this was I've been struggling and I think I put it in the comments, like, how do you meditate or ask the universe for the job when I don't know what job I want to do? Like, I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. I've worked in special needs. I'm cross-trained in every avenue of the airline industry. I was a medical assistant in cardiology and family practice. I'm an optician. I'm like, I'm still like, I don't know. All I want to do is be a comedian. I just want to make people laugh and feel better. So like, how do and I can't do that because I've got kids that custody, it won't work. It's going to happen, just not now. So how do I visualize something I don't know what it is? And so I just kind of, when you were like, ask specifically, I just kind of like try to envision myself like working out and getting fit and making sure I get the nutrients that I promised. And I can't figure out what job it is, but I just started visualizing that I get the, I need $3,000 a month additional to what I have. I need $3,000 in order to reach the goal of having $10,000 at the end of the year in my savings account. So I just envisioned like the paycheck and seeing my benefit stipends so that I can, the job has benefits, it has stipends, and I have holidays off and I don't have to work weekends. So I didn't focus on the necessarily what job it is per se, but the benefits that come with it. And then just putting that all into like a routine. And then to do that, just actively keeping my resume with me or keeping anything that I need to share. So whoever's path I cross, that it's meant to be, that I'm like, oh, by the way, here's my resume. So I don't know. There we go.
Right. So Trinity, the thing is that you need to ask deeper questions to God and universe, right? In the sense that you need to spend time on your own and you need to write down on a piece of paper, what do I want in 2021? And I don't want anyone around you when you're writing your answers. You have to be alone. And what I want you to do is I want you to reflect back on your backstory, because your divine purpose is in your backstory. And you have to go back in life when you were in your formative years, which is 5 to 7 years old. And you have to think, what did you enjoy doing when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old? And I want you to write down on a piece of paper in your journal, because the more you're going to write down, the more clarity you're going to get. So think of things which you enjoyed doing when you didn't feel hungry at all, or the time just went by. Like for me, I love writing. I can be writing the whole day, afternoon, evening, night. And I'm on my third book right now. My second book has gone to the publishers. I'm on my third book right now. And I love writing. And I love coaching people, because I have learned and implemented so much in my journey of inner transformation that I can just keep on coaching people without feeling hungry or without realizing the time. I can just go on.
There wasn't anything in that time frame that, I mean, my life was such a shit show and full of abuse. From 5 to 7, all I did was worry about whether I was going to come home and find my mom dead or not, or if she was going to be on the floor, or she was so battered and abused. The amount of abuse I witnessed and seen through that time, there was no fond memories or anything to look back and I wanted to do this or wanted to do that. I fell out of first grade because I couldn't keep up with being bounced between Oklahoma and New Mexico in custody battles. And then shooting at each other over here, and it was bad. And the first like positive memory that I have is like watching when it was with my grandmother and watching VH1 Stand Up Spotlight, and that's when I saw like Judy Tenuta and all the Ellen and all the comedy, and just like the only way I survived life was to like turn into myself. And it's not that I was like that kid that was like, oh, I'm gonna make people laugh and it gives me attention, and so I'm gonna be like funny. Mine was that me being angry and hurt in that moment and seeing something in it that I could laugh at, that made me laugh, that I could move forward and keep going. It's not the same as like the funny kid in class humor. And but that's all I've had. I mean, and it's been something that's been ingrained in my head, like envisioned for since I was 8. So I don't know. Like I could do anything that I put my mind to. I've learned, but only to like this degree. I haven't learned how to get past my limitations of here forward. It's like I could do only to like this much, and then I can't learn anymore, or I can't get past this point. So that's where I'm overcoming those boundaries and limitations now. But as far as reaching back and finding anything in my past that like I wanted to do or be, I just wanted to survive. I just wanted to make it to 18 and be able to move and start my own life again.
Okay, so Trinity, what I want you to do is I want you to, if somebody asks you, what do you want to do? I want you to stop talking about this to anybody. Because I think what is missing in your life is your me time, your time of you connecting with yourself, because you've got 4 kids, right? And your hand is full of like your kids all the time. So what I want you to do is I want you to, like, for example, I'll give you an instance. When I was about 5 years old, I used to love writing poetry. I used to love writing poetry, and I used to get all my family members together and I would recite a poetry to all of them. And that's why I realized that when I asked my question, what is my divine purpose? I became an author, I became a writer. And I used to read a lot of self-help books. Now, what I want to do is, even if you can't think of something what you did between 5 to 7, I want you to reflect back on your life and think of the problems you solved in your life. I want you to give it a serious thought in terms of reflecting back on your life, that what your life has been up till this point, what are the challenges which came across, and what are the challenges you overcame. Because whatever challenges of yours you overcame, that is your success recipe. And that is your divine purpose. Like, for instance, you told me last time that, Amrita, I love making people laugh, but I want to give my message, but in a more humorous manner, right? And I want to be a stand-up comedian. So if I would tell you right now that the stage is yours, and if you would say something right now in terms of like, all of us, imagine there are lots of people right now here. Give us a little stance of you passing a message in a humorous manner.
Well, I think that's one of the parts is when I get put on the spot, I go blank. It's just something that emerges naturally. And so I try to capture it. But like what comes to mind right now is like, I don't know, I think people should be more aware of what they say, how they say, and knowing that it has a meaning and what it means when they say something. For instance, when you call somebody a cunt, I don't think people know how empowering that word is, because all it is saying that a person doesn't know whether he's an asshole or a pussy.
Right. Okay. So I want you to, first of all, don't hesitate. I want you to just let yourself be. This is your family. This is your community. And I'm always there for you, and we all always there for you. So just with an open heart, just give a very strong message that if this was your last day of your life, what is the message which is going to go out from you in a humorous manner?
Well, I
And
think
be
that
yourself. Be authentic self, because when you're your authentic self, then you're free, right?
Okay.
And take your time. We're there for you.
This is my turmoil, is that I'm being reprogrammed. Like I have a extent of material that it's not for everybody. It's my platform's divorced women, but I recently regave my heart to God and I've started over, and it's kind of taken what this is, which is great. Like, but I've said over here because I don't use it anymore. It's not, I can't even deliver it the right way anymore because it's not who I am anymore. I've changed. and me putting God first, like that's what I had a breakdown. And I was like, I don't know. Every person, I gave up school and became a first responder at 18. I've saved over 30 people's lives being in the wrong place at the right time. I've crab crawled a pregnant woman out of a car that was upside down through the back window. I've helped everyone I've come across in my entire existence. I've given the shirt off my back, the money out of my pocket for my entire life. And I just can't figure out. I was having suicidal thoughts like 4 weeks ago. And I just was like, I can't do this anymore. Not another day, not another minute. I can't do this anymore. I can't think. I can't retain. I can't get any further than where I'm at. Because every day I have to watch my ex-best friend and my husband take my children.
And I want you to hug yourself first. Please hug yourself. Please hug yourself.
And I just...
The love is inside you. You are divine love.
I'm just tired of being scared.
There's no need to be scared.
I know, but when you've lived in fight or flight your entire life, it's hard to convince your mind otherwise. So, and I have isolated myself for 3 months outside of every other week when I have my kids. Like I am alone by choice. I have been doing nothing.
Trinity, I'm going to be doing individual coaching with you. I'm going to be individually coaching you, and you need to open up with me and with everybody, of course. But I think I want to reprogram your subconscious mind.
That'd be great.
But there is a lot inside there, which has to be, you have to let go, Trinity. You're not letting go. And by saying all this every time, you're just tying yourself more and more and more into shackles. And this will never let you go.
I've forgiven everybody else. I'm down to the last 2.
I want you to do one thing, Trinity. Please take your left palm on your heart chakra and your right palm on your heart chakra. Close your eyes. All of you can do it, please. And I want you to say, close your eyes. And I want you to say these words. I am. Say it out loudly, please.
I am.
Love.
Love.
I am.
A
beloved child.
A beloved child.
Of God and universe.
Of the God and universe.
Life is always happening to me.
Life is always happening to me.
And not against me.
And not against me.
I want you to believe in every word I've spoken. And just feel all that you're feeling right now, whatever you've spoken right now is your reality. And I want you to say, I am. Happiness.
Happiness.
Just believe in these words. And when you're in oneness with yourself, and every cell of your body has got love inside you, and no fear, no doubt, I want you to open your eyes.
But that was what I was going to conclude with. That was that in that moment, God came to me and he spoke to me and he told me that if it's a grace and I'm still standing through everything because of all the things that I did, and I did follow him and his advice, and for that I'm still standing. And if I'm seeking a man's love, to start with him first. If I'm seeking my Father's love, to start with him first. That I could do all the graces in the world and I could be the kindest and best and most giving person, but if I don't put him first, if I don't do that, then it's not going to change. So that's where I was going with that, is that I've made that shift and I've changed and rededicated my life back to my Creator, and they're great. I'm not stressed out or worried about anything. I need to figure out how to redirect and how to forgive these last 2 people. Because with everybody else,
I want you to, first of all, in your priority list, every day, you will write your name first. Because love starts from you. It doesn't happen the other way around. It doesn't happen. You've been giving priority to everybody and you've neglected yourself. Whereas it has to be the other way around. It has to be the other way around. If you're not full of love from inside, how can you give it to anybody? If I was not full of all that I learned and implemented in 4 years, how could I be having a Zoom call right now with all of you? And you have to put yourself first. And it is not selfish. It is not selfish. The problem is people think that when they love themselves first, they're being self-centered. They're being selfish.
I just
They're
didn't
not.
think there was anything to love. It wasn't anything about being selfish. I don't have any problems with that aspect of it. It was that I just didn't love myself. I didn't care about myself. I was in my 20s. I crawled out of a car at 65 miles an hour going down the highway and crawled onto a stranger's motorcycle and drove off. Like, I cared about I'll walk through fire for another person, but I wouldn't do anything to help myself. I constantly put my life in danger. And now I'm learning to love myself. It's just finding the things within me that are worthy of being loved. And
yes. And you are enough and you are worthy. And always remember this. And when you're waking up in the morning, remind yourself of all that God has given you and that you are enough. And smile. As I always say, smile. It's good to lighten your heart and to, cry, but you're more than what you think you are. You don't realize who you are. And I want you to go every morning in front of the mirror. And I want you to smile at yourself every morning. Beautiful. See, you're smiling right now. And when you're going to do it in front of the mirror, it's going to be a reflection of you. And you will look at your third eye and you will say to your third eye, I am enough in every way. I am worthy of giving love and receiving love. And I want you to talk to your third eye. So what I do is every morning when I wake up, I'm waking up with doing gratitude, with thanking everything. It's not that I don't have problems in my life. It's not that I don't have challenges. But either I can look at challenges as my stumbling blocks, or I could look at it as an opportunity and learn and evolve and grow. And that's what I do. So I want you to just be thankful, realize that you're much more powerful than who you are. Because you're not your mind. You're not your body. You're not that. You are beautiful. And let no man decide who you are. The problem is people give their power of emotions to the outside world. So from now on, you will connect with your inner child. You're going to love yourself and you will know that, yes, you are the best. And remember, there is only one Trinity in this entire world. There is no second Trinity. There's no second you. And you are a unique identity. You are having unique footprints. And there's a very simple thing that there was this person who got stuck in the boat, right? He was going in the boat and he got stuck. There was some problem which happened. And every time somebody tried to rescue him, he didn't kind of take the rescue thing. And then he asked God, why didn't you come for my rescue? And the God said, my child, I send you the person again and again and again, but you fail to acknowledge it. So the thing is that the universe is sending you the people, like the way it sent me 4 years back, who are meant to be with you and who will always encourage you, inspire you. And remember, you are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with. So who are you surrounding yourself with?
currently just me and my kids.
That's beautiful. Right, Trinity? So wonderful. Thank you so much. And let's get in Piyush. Thank you so much. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste, Piyush. Please unmute yourself. Yeah. Namaste.
Yes, good evening. Thank you very much. Namaste. And it was really a very wonderful session with you and with all. Thank you very much to all of you. And I really appreciate. It was really very, very amazing session. I do meditation, but I really learn a lot from you. Thank you very much, Amrita. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Piyush, and thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you in all my sessions now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Feel blessed.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right. And I think Rachel wanted to say something to Trinity. So just give me 1 second. Trinity, please unmute yourself. Yes, Rachel.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was, and first of all, I don't know that I should say this, but I'm just going to because it's on my heart. When we did our child thing, I am somewhat of a medium naturally, and I felt what you had experienced in your childhood. And it's a very normal thing for me to do around people, but not share with them because I don't want to freak people out. But then when you said the thing about, I don't know where to look or what to do for work, I just felt sort of convicted to say a few words to you. They're not as good as what Amrita could say to you, I'm sure, but think about the things that make you happy, whether it comes across during your day. If something puts a smile on your face or makes you happy, write down what that is and then go a little bit deeper. What was it about that made you happy? Just keep asking yourself, what was it? What was it? Write all of those things down and then maybe think about those things that make you happy, and you will emit that. You'll reflect that happiness. You'll draw those things to you, but you can also then take action and seek out those things that are on the page that you wrote about it that made you happy. Is there work in whatever that thing was, or what makes that creation that came together that makes you happy? Is there someone that you can work for with that, or is there something that you can create from what that thing is that makes you happy? It's a very broad spectrum, but whatever you do needs to be something that brings light to your life. And believe me, that light will shine out and people will react to it. You'll be happy with it. You'll do a good job with it. You've probably already done some of that in your life, listening to your life story and what you've done. Many times people who have had those experiences in the past turn them around and do helpful things to help other people. And while that is wonderful, and you've been a light in the universe, you haven't taken care of yourself, like Amrita's pointed out. So it's so important to forgive yourself and look at those bad things that happen and think, you know what, good came out of that. I was a light in the world because of it, but I first now need to take care of myself. So that's why when something puts a smile on your face, write it down and ask what it was about that made you happy. And then maybe there's some kind of work to seek out in that instead of what you've been doing. When you said that you were a jack of all trades and you mentioned all these different things that you've done in your life, but master of none, don't tell yourself you're master of none, because you are a master at some, if not many, at least one. It rung a bell with me because I am a creative person in so many ways. I've done so many different creative things, but because I couldn't hone in on what that one creative thing I wanted to do for a living, because there were so many distractions of so many different ones. Instead of doing any of them, I got into sales for 30 something years, and it made me money, but it did not make me happy. So I was not fulfilling my reason for being here, which is to put things out that are creative. And I had to go back and think about what was the first thing that made me the happiest, because I know I want to create. Okay. I did fashion design. I've done house flipping. I've done decorating. I've done a lot of different things that were creative and they were fun, but I found a lot of frustration in many of the aspects of them too. The first thing that made me happy was writing and just using my imagination. And that means not letting that little girl inside me that has all that imagination die out. Now, that's what I've gone back to master. Don't tell yourself you're a master of none, because that is not true. You just have to find out what that is. And it's got to be something that makes you happy, because then you're going to admit that, and you're going to be successful at anything that you put out there where that light just shines from you. Does that make sense?
Yes. Mhm.
Beautiful,
I think
Rachel. And that's amazing what you said.
everybody talks about going back and hugging your child and doing, but for me, it was about going back and saving her ass, bringing
Yes.
her, giving her shelter. And now what I'm trying to put forward with what we're doing right now is giving her a purpose. It's not just my
There you go.
purpose, her purpose is.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Trinity, I want you to write down certain questions. And I think Rachel has been reading my book. I could
Yeah.
make out from her words. So there is a chapter in gratitude in my book. I want you all to, in fact, write down a couple of questions you're going to ask yourself after the session. The first question is, who is that one person who is always there for you? And you don't have to answer right now. You have to spend time on your own and answer it and be like more specific and go into details because you'll get more clarity. The second question is, which person in your life listens to everything you say? And how does that impact you? The third question is, has anyone done anything for you which has made your task easier? The fourth question is, can you think of a non-physical gift you received recently, like someone's time, attention, support, or encouragement?
Can you repeat that one?
Sure. Can you think of a non-physical gift you received recently, like someone's time, attention, support, or encouragement? And the last question is, what has improved about your life as compared to last year? What are the choices you've made in your past that you're grateful for? Are all the questions clear? Trinity, is it clear?
Yes. My answers are, I already have all my answers. I already know them. They're very, very easy for me. They're very, very easy for me.
Great. And
Think
I want
about
to
my
do
life.
one more thing. I want you to, first thing in the morning, as Rachel also said very beautifully, that what you do is what Rachel has told you, you just do that in the theta state. Just when you wake up in the morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for from yesterday. And before going to sleep, think of 3 things you're grateful for from that day. And I want you all to also do one more thing. I want you to start having a gratitude jar. Now, gratitude jar is that the first thing in the morning, what you're thankful for, write that down on a piece of paper and put that note in the jar. And if you're feeling little, see, we're not inhuman, right? We're all human. So we do have our low moments, our upset moments. Whenever you're feeling a little low, take out one of the notes and read it and acknowledge that blessing you've got in your life. And just before going to sleep, write a note that what are you grateful for? And keep that gratitude jar right in front of you. And write down on that gratitude jar, write it down like boldly, gratitude jar. And whenever you're feeling a little upset or depressed or sad, just pick that up. And remember that every thought of yours is energy. So if you want to be happy, you have to radiate the energy of happiness. If you want to be wealthy, you have to radiate the wealth, the energy of wealth. So what kind of energy are you radiating? If you're sad, You're radiating the energy of sadness. And remember, there is a pole. If you're feeling sad, right, your thought is sad, you can shift your polarity. You can shift that end of that spectrum to the other spectrum, which is happiness. And remember, just like the economies, there is a downtime, right? People are like, trying to cut down their staff or whatever. There's downsizing happening, right? Then the market will go up. It's going to go on the peak. So remember, if you're going through very tough times in life, first of all, you have to ask, what is the lesson you're learning from that negative time or that adverse time? And then what is the positive alternative to that situation? What is the positive alternative? And you are a spiritual being in this physical world, experiencing through your physical body. A lot of the time people think that the physical body is there and experiencing a spiritual thing. No, that is not the way it is. You're a spiritual being. Your soul decided before you came into this life who are going to be your parents, who are going to come into your life, your spouse, your kids. All of that your soul decided. What lessons you're going to learn in this life, your soul decided. But as you grew up, you don't remember this. And you are a vibrational being in this vibrational universe. So always go downstream, never go upstream. And your biggest area of resistance is your transformation area. Don't resist anything. Build resilience. Don't resist
You
anything.
froze.
Always go like the water in the waterfall. Just go downstream.
Oh, it's my internet. Why does it do that?
Yeah, so I'm going to play a video and then we're going to be ending the session. A short video. It's again about we all have come from the divine oneness. So just give me 1 second. And thank you so much for connecting. And remember that each one of you are a miracle. You have to go through tough times to experience the good times. Just like night and day, just like light and darkness. So just give me a second. I'm going to just play a video for a few minutes maybe, and then thank you so much.
I'm typing to you, and we could just talk. I put my information on there. If you want to get in touch with me, I'll put my phone number.
Okay, so what is that? Wonder Woman Wonders Why at yahoo.com at Rachel?
Oh, well, at yahoo.com, but it was like
okay.
at you, like I was.
Oh,
So yeah,
it.
Wonder Woman Wonders Why. Like, why do I have to have an invisible lasso to get you to tell me the truth? I have like a whole thing on like Wonder Woman. She's my hero since I was a kid. Yeah. But yeah, God's given me 2 friends everywhere I've lived my entire life, and those have created the structure. So I have nothing to complain about, to be honest. Like, I'm completely blessed and loved, and it's just me being able to see them myself. And this COVID, I had everywhere else to go. I couldn't help anybody else. I couldn't save anybody. I couldn't do anything for anybody else. So I had nobody else to work on but me, and it was excruciating. And I almost didn't make it, but I did. And I don't know. And so now it's just like figuring out the direction, and everything's sorted. Now the only thing left is just to find the job that's going to supplement that space in between now and when what I'm really meant to do is able to take off. Because right now my whole focus is my children. It always has been, it always will be. But when their life takes off and is actually theirs, then I can have mine back and do what I need to do. So this is all back work for my comedy, all that other things. But for now, I'm just focusing on, I need to focus on the supplemental income for right now. The rest is good. I've made it through the storm. I feel like I've come through the refining fire. I'm on the other side and I'm good. I'm like really good.
That's good.
You just threw me for a loop when you take me to 5 to 7, because those are not the parts that I need to remember. Let's go to like 22. 22 is pretty good.
The happy place.
Right. Yeah. 5 and 7 wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel
So
like
the conversations are happening, and I'm just going to play the video now. Thank you.
Okay.
Close your eyes and just enjoy the music. Bring your hand and fold it. Once you're in oneness with yourself and your environment, you can open your eyes. So thank you so much. And I want to end it with this note that we all have come from the divine oneness. And we are the beloved children of God and universe. And we're all connected, all of us. I'm a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of me. Thank you so much for this experiential Zoom session on Sacred Saturday Meditation. Stay blessed. Love and light to all of you. And I look forward to seeing you in my next session. Thank you.